done.
Welcome to the Dropship. My name is Zobs.
And this is Meter Juice.
So before we kick off the show, real fast, we got to talk about the feed, which is our podcast feed, our RSS feed. So that's where our podcast actually lives, and that's how all your podcast players know to find our newest episodes. We've moved on the back end to Anchor, away from doing it ourselves on WordPress, and there's been lots of problems, a few duplicate feeds. Basically, what you need to know is that for the majority of you, for whatever reason, if our show just disappears in the next week or two, we're not gone, we didn't shut down. It just means your specific address got rerouted. And depending on what player you are, when you subscribed, and this and that, you might just have to search the Dropship again, and you'll find us. And boom, you're back on to episode 17. So sorry that we couldn't save everybody. Every one of you listeners is important to us, and I have put in some work to just fix it as well as I can. We're real close to it just being like one good functioning feed, but for these final moves, we actually have to chop a few people on a few feeds that really just, we can't reroute. I've already tried everything. So, CastBox, you're some of our OG listeners. Some of you CastBox people, no problem. The most OG CastBox people who got up to episode 11 with us, what's up? You've been on a dead feed. I didn't know how to save you. You're getting deleted. So just resubscribe to the other feed. Spotify, some of you are getting cut. It's not your fault. You just subscribed, you're new, but we got to kill your feed. So resubscribe. I had to create, I'm getting lost in the weeds. For everybody everywhere else, if we disappear, just find us again. We're going to keep on going. I think that's it. I think that's what I needed to start pulling triggers.
Hey, sorry. I wasn't, How'd it go? I was writing my sign off because I'm making one for every new episode. I figured it out.
Better be. Oh, cool. All right, I'm excited to hear it. So, Apex Legends.
Yeah.
I like it.
What do you want to talk about?
Let's start off with a little overview. We're going to start off with some light, skitter-scattered topics. And then Meteors been on a journey to win a bunch of games with a bunch of legends.
Learning a lot.
So we're going to check in on
about
that.
myself, mostly.
Yeah, hey. A hero's journey is often a lonely journey. All right. Rumors of a spectator mode.
Zobs, tell me about that. Spectator mode, what's that?
It's not much, but essentially they found some code for some kind of NPCs in the crowd or a crowd of NPCs, and they cheer and they react to how you were judged. There seems to be some kind of judging system with like bad or poor, okay, great, excellent. And people are thinking, and I'm kind of thinking, that this is possibly some kind of horde mode coming or some kind of solo mode where you can just practice, chill out, and shoot your gun at some stuff.
Now, did they actually mention any of that, or are you just speculating that?
No, this is total speculation.
Okay.
Oh, good point.
From my understanding, the actual main mode, whenever you did well or bad, there would be like a layer of crowd cheers whenever you were doing good or bad. And like just kind of reacting as you played the game. And I think they wanted to do that for the main game. That now I'm speculating. I don't actually remember too well.
No,
but
that makes sense. I mean, they had the whole the arena thing.
Exactly. Because isn't this like the first battle royale where it's like a spectator kind of sport within the world? Which is brilliant. I love that. It's actually like canon that it's like in the world. It's a battle royale in itself. But
yeah, totally.
If I'm picking up what you're putting down. What it seems like is a spectator mode, as in you're spectating. So like whenever you're dead and you're watching a match, or if maybe you can just drop into a random match that you weren't even part of, and you can switch between players.
You're totally right.
And then you can hear crowd noises.
Spectating mode is terrible name for it. Like a crowd mode where there's a crowd of people cheering for you. You're doing something. The data leak is just, we found stuff for this crowd of people who react to you if you did poorly or
so
great.
While you're playing.
And we've got audio for like clapping.
Oh,
and
okay.
woo-hoo.
Maybe it's an LTM where they're kind of testing that as a feature.
Could be. But I don't think so.
Seems cool. I mean, I kind of like the laugh track. It's not a phenomenon, but like that's why they have a laugh track. It kind of it provides a certain amount of energy, so it might be cool to get like cheers and stuff. I mean, the hardcore gamers probably wouldn't love it, but
So what I'm picturing, so the reason I'm so convinced about this, that it's going to be a horde mode where you're in some kind of arena. So this is what I'm picturing. This is exactly what I would do.
okay.
It would just be a horde mode, very simple. You'd have a pretty good control over your loadout so that you could, I know it couldn't be perfect, but so you could actually practice with guns you wanted to practice with, or, you know, a few of them. And you can just drop in solo, it fires up quick, and you get a pretty decent stream of horde mode. Now, the second part would be that it's not really a mode in of itself, where there's a start and a finish, and none of that matters. It's just kind of like if you log on, you're waiting for a buddy to log on, you can just hop into horde mode. And then he can just drop in while you're in round 3 and start horde moding. And so it's just like a really awesome
Warm-up kind of mode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So instead of like activating dummies, you'd be like an arena, like a warm-up arena where you're just killing like AI enemies. That sounds awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
The practice arena is pretty bad. And it really wouldn't take that much to like make the dummies work better and maybe give us a little more space, some flat space, you know? And it's so bad. And I think onboarding people is so important because PvP is really tough for some people. And there's tons of people where like,
Right.
hey, your older sister just picked up Apex Legends and like you want to play too. And like there's just a mode where you can go and spend 30 minutes practicing hitting targets and moving. That's huge for some people. And it also gives you a place where you can just get unbroken focus. Because Battle Royale is amazing. It's random and it's crazy and you get these stories and no two games are ever alike. And the cost of that is sometimes you just wander around for 5-10 minutes and then get wiped off the map.
Right.
It's a weird game sometimes. Right now, what I would love to do is there's the 2020 hammer point, and you know, appreciate to all my teammates who've been calling out hammer points for me. I'm loving it. Thank you, Meteor. Very generous with your hammer points. When I'm done with this rant, I do want to talk about your 99 Mozambique setup.
It's awesome.
Okay?
Yeah, let's talk about that later.
So right now, there's 2020 hammer point, and there's wingman quick draw, okay? Now, besides the coolness factor of running a loadout of double pistoleros, wait, no, a pistolero. Being a pistolero.
Have you been trying to run that? Double pistols?
No, I'm not good enough. Wingman on its own.
Oh, it's hard,
And
yeah.
like the weapon. Yeah, you know, I am trying to run it, but what I would love to do is go into a horde mode, pop on some Metallica,
Sure.
and sit there for an hour just shooting my wingman and then rapid switching to my 2020 and just melting people for an hour. And then on game night when I'm with my buddies, I won't internally feel like such an asshole for being like, check me out, double guns. Look how fast I weapon change.
Well,
You know?
I do that, but with the firing range, but not with the wingman. You know, I
But
have
you've
to
got
go in with the
more.
firing range.
You've got more drive and commitment. The firing range right now
it's a little
feels
boring?
like work. It's not. Yeah, it's a little boring.
Yeah,
I lose focus.
totally. Like I don't like as much as activating the dummies probably provides a little more help for warm up. I don't ever do it because it doesn't feel productive. It doesn't. They don't really do much.
Yeah, it's not great.
They kill you
It's
pretty
not
well,
great.
but it doesn't. Yeah, they're not smart enough or mobile enough for it to be too substantial. At least from my experience so far.
Yeah, so that's what makes me so confident that we do have some kind of cool horde mode coming with a crowd. Because A, it's super Apex Legends. B, they have all these assets to be used from Respawn or from the Titanfall universe, and that's why. Because they're smart, and they would have a better practice mode if this wasn't coming. All right, whew.
Yeah, I can't wait to
did
see
it.
how it's implemented. Yeah, spectator mode.
All right, so
Pretty cool.
Mozambique 99.
So I don't know why you haven't tried it, man. It's solid. So Mozambique, also pretty solid gun. I'm trying to use it more. You got an ADS, that sucker. Put an aim for center of mass, and that's at least 40
Hammer
damage
point it.
every time. Hammer
talking
points.
hammer point.
Okay. Super strong.
Are
so,
you saying you're saying it's still viable even without hammer point?
Yeah. Like
Oh,
if you have, I mean, don't run it without hammer points. But if like you only have a Mozambique, really focus on like ADSing and like getting that shot in, and you'll be surprised. Like it's viable. But in terms of it with hammer points, 2-shot kill once you get that shield crack, man, it's incredible. Also with the purple bolt, 4 shots, you auto fire and you get those shots in, instant death. Like auto fire, just hold that trigger down. Boom, boom, boom,
Oh, that's
boom,
true. With
dead.
hammer point, you
Yeah.
can put somebody down in 4, no problem.
Yeah, you don't even need to switch to a secondary. Like that's as your primary, you could do that. If they're right in your face, like they're dead, like super fast. So get a purple bolt on a Mozambique with hammer points, and that's like really, really good. But yeah, I was using that the other night. Oh man, it's so satisfying. Getting that down, 2 shots dead. I like cracked someone with purple armor with an R9. And then, like, from mid-range, just kind of ADS, 2 shots, like, got that down. It's great. You should try it, man. With a P20,
okay, I have melted one person perfectly with a hammer-pointed Mozambique, and it felt incredible. I just vaporized them.
Yeah.
So I have felt what you're talking about. I just love the 2020 so much. I've never even...
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's good.
I just love the 2020.
I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna run hammer points, I mean, like, it's a new novel thing you should try out, man. I think it's
I see what you're
very
saying.
viable. It's cool. It's good. Try it in the fire range.
You're saying I should run 2020 hammer point with Mozambique hammer point.
Exactly.
Yes.
P2020, Mozambique, both have hammer points. Let's go.
Let's go.
I mean, that's actually not too bad. Well, maybe it's a little bad.
Could be.
If
That might be pushing it a little bit.
If you make your
Let's slow down here.
Mozambique the primary, maybe, and like get like I don't know, probably not the best.
All right.
Hey, so we're on iTunes, and a few folks have left some 5-star reviews, so we're just gonna shout them out. Last one is from Spry Fox. As tasty as the famous Witt family pork chops, and as friendly as Pathfinder on his birthday, it's the Dropship podcast. If you're looking for a podcast that makes you feel as good as your recent Apex Legends ranked win, then look no further than this podcast. Strategic insights, funny banter, and lighthearted commentary are found in every episode. Oh man. I know. Like, Spry Fox is the best.
That's
Thank you,
copy.
Spry Fox. Shouting you out, man.
Ooh, steeped in Apex lore. Man, we need to get that guy to write our show description. All right, next, let's do the next one.
Okay. Next 5-star review is from Legend in Training. I've always loved this energy that Zobs had brought to his podcasts, and I think both Meteor and Little Nugget round out the Apex crew wonderfully. The discussions are on topic, insightful, and they are clearly having fun when they do it. Great job, guys. Looking forward to the next one already. 3 exclamation points. Thank you, Legend in Training.
Thanks, Legend in Training. True, we do have a lot of fun.
Darth Bracken. Awesome podcast in all caps. 5 stars. And,
Oh, yeah, shouting in all caps.
And this is the last one.
All right, and a little while ago, left us a review, said, I love this podcast. Got me back into Apex, but I miss SD, which I miss SD too.
Me too.
Yeah, so he will be back at some point, and you can catch up with him then. But he switched to PC. He's been shredding on the PC, and with crossplay, we're getting some rounds in. So I'm sure he sends his love, and we spoke, and he will be back at some point.
Dang. Now if I want to play with SD, I have to go into PC lobbies?
Yeah, man, that's another
sounds
episode.
rough.
I gotta talk about. Am I
haven't-
going PS5 or am I going PC with a controller? And I'll just be a pariah.
No. I haven't been in a PC lobby yet. I heard it's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, it's doable. It's manageable. You
Okay.
just imagine everyone's really good, and
And they are because they are.
Yeah, but we're really good too.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I'm okay.
So thanks for the love. This
Thanks,
helps
guys.
the show grow. And if you're on Spotify, hit that heart. We need it. We need it. Spotify took some hits. Now I'm gonna delete that part. All right. Let's talk. All right. So, and final community thing, because we got to. Thanks to Nasty Nico and Red for Nitro boosting our Discord.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. So cool stuff coming on the Discord. We already did a lot of community stuff. So next episode, because this opens things up, we got like good audio quality. We got like. It's a bunch of cool stuff, so we're fixing it up. But yeah, thanks guys, really appreciate it.
Join the Discord.
Or Meteor is going to find you and make you regret not joining the Discord.
I will dox you.
Well, that just got too real. I was just threatening violence, but like, Doxing's pretty scary, man.
Is it really? Sorry, I don't really know much about the internet. You can.
I was just being animaniac-ish. Trying, I should say. You know, you can't be an animaniac. You just are, or you aren't. Meteor, I need you to take over, dude, or else I'm gonna start talking about God of War. I'm gonna start talking about dirt rally racing. So, like, you better steer this shit back onto course, dog.
Okay.
I got thoughts about God of War.
Olympus. How are you feeling about Olympus? I want to talk about drops. What about your overall feeling of the map now that we've played it for a while?
I still love it as much as I did on day one. It's a beautiful, great, cheerful, interesting map to play. And, you know, it's going to take me a while to burn on it, or at least understand it.
I think this map is actually really, really, really well designed in terms of the layout. You've talked about it before, how it's like kind of rings, you know? And I think it was smart that there's not really like kind of a wrapping of regions. So like on the other maps, you have certain rotations, right? You kind of have to follow a map and you have to navigate through certain choke points. But on Olympus, you said it's like rings, right? So most of the regions are actually all connected, like almost on all four sides. You have so many options, pretty much. So you can land anywhere, and then you can get to a fight immediately, particularly with the Tridents. And my take on the Tridents is that they're actually really, really awesome. Because you can just go to the next, to the ring, to the next fight. They're really, really strong. I remember third-partying a crazy fight, getting like stuck in the storm. We were able to just quickly get out of there because we had a Trident right there, and we just escaped the storm and we healed up, and it was solid. Like, Tridents are really, really strong, and people should be utilizing it if they aren't.
If you're playing to win, the Trident's pretty dope. Like, if you drive the Trident real fast, you'll drive into squads and get lit up. But if you kind of putz along looking for squads, you can pretty much control when you get into fights. Because even when that squad pops up, you're not right in the middle of them. Worst case scenario, you can always just turn around and boost. And one boost gets you so far away from anything that you're usually pretty safe. And the 1-3 damage spread, you know, isn't really actually that deadly. So it's just really great for marauding, you know, if you and your squad hop in it and you just kind of putz around looking for the next squad to fight. And then depending on where they're at and where you're at, you either like pick a spot and fight them, or you boost out of there and then pick a spot and fight them. Heal up a little bit.
Yeah, one fun experience I had was I ended up being a solo because, all my randos disconnected. But I jumped on a Trident, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to find a fight or reposition or whatever. And then, yeah, you're on a Trident, right? So whenever you, like, find or pass by a squad, like, you'll get, like, poked at, right? And you just get away. Like, oh, I mean, I'm on a Trident. I'm, like, powerless. So I'm going along. I get shot at. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna keep going. And then I realized, I'm like, wait, I'm still being shot at. Like, where are they right now? And I realized they're on another Trident behind me, and they're just shooting at me and following me.
Oh, cool. I haven't gotten
Has that ever happened to you?
No, I haven't been in a Trident v Trident battle yet.
By an enemy Trident? Yeah. That was surprising. I forgot that was a thing. That was possible. But
yeah, I think for, like, the next FUD tournament, we should either, if we're able, I guess we could just drop labs, right? Is labs still a madhouse?
Boo. I'll get into that soon.
All right, let's do locations.
Okay, so drops, POIs. So I just want to start this convo. Like, the main question is, like, hey, what are your experience with drops? What are your favorite drops? What are the key places and what your thoughts are? So I want to start this conversation with the drops that I really, really hate. And first one is labs, since we just talked about it. Hammer labs. Why would you ever drop there? It's completely empty. There's no loot. It's just a bad place. It's like it's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's like in the middle of a like open area where everybody else is. If you don't find a gun, you're gonna run into a squad that has one. It's just a bad place. Never drop there.
We're talking labs?
Hammond Labs? No.
Hammond Labs. Yeah. All right. So go to Hammond Labs if you want to die or you're so good.
Don't even go there mid game too. It's like never go there. Okay. Next drop location, which Nugget agrees with me. Well, Bonsai Plaza, fuck that place, especially when you're solo queuing, because your squad will always get split if you're solo queuing, and you can get flanked from all directions all the time, whether you're on the roof. There's also like 5 squads that drop there.
Too hot.
Not good. And then I guess my last one is Gardens, which is really pretty, and I love going there. Like going there mid game is great to like third party. There's usually when we rotate there's always like 1 squad left over there, or maybe like 1 fight, and then that'll be third party. But if you as a place to drop at the beginning of the game, not great. Has always been super spicy for some reason.
It's pandemonium. All right, so what drops places do you like? What's your next category?
Great. So now my favorite drops. These have been the go-tos. Docks has been really solid. I love docks. I feel like we figured out, or I have figured out the rotation of that area, like which buildings to drop.
Oh, so you're saying you figured out and I haven't? That's a pretty weird distinction to make, man. A little mean.
Yeah, you haven't figured it out. You're always completely lost. I'm telling you, Zobs, if you jump over that, you'll die. And you're like, let's just jump over there.
Well,
no, don't do that.
It looks like I can make it.
I know, but you never do.
All right. How about the grow
docks.
towers? I like dropping
Grow towers. That's the second place. Grow towers, love it. You pick a drop, and then I usually like the procedure there is we will ping like which tier, or at least call out which tier of the 3 level tower you want to drop in. It sucks when another squad drops around your same tower. That's kind of a shit show, but
it's a shit show. We've been winning. I don't know why.
For the most part, we've been doing pretty well.
Yeah, it works for us.
I do like grow towers. Yeah,
we drop
like,
one,
and then we
like
can navigate
top,
it.
middle, bottom, and I like it. So I don't have any favorite drop points because I haven't been playing very much rank. It's just such a cool open map. I'm always just kind of happy wherever I'm going until I die and realize I landed at labs, and I think, fuck, I landed at labs again.
Oh, also Estates is pretty great. It's also another like spicy like 50-50 drop, but I like it. It's good. It's been a tolerable, pretty fun drop. It's like a Skull Town kind of thing.
Cool, man. Hey, do you want to take like 3 minutes and then wrap up with your legends?
Yeah.
All right, cool. The Dropship is brought to you by Anchor.fm. And by brought to you by, I mean literally, it's being hosted on Anchor.fm servers. We're in no way affiliated, sponsored, or have I ever even spoken to anybody at Anchor. I'm just a customer. Because if you are starting a podcast, there's 2 things I would recommend when picking your hosting provider. 1, make sure that it's free until a certain number of downloads. There's some hosting providers out there with some real kooky plans. And B, make sure that you actually own the feed. I'm not a lawyer, but I personally put some time into it, and I remember being satisfied that at the end of the day, I owned my Anchor feed. So Anchor isn't the only podcast hosting service out there that's free at first, but in my humble opinion, it is the best. I've been very happy with them so far. So once again, in no way actually affiliated with Anchor.fm. Just a friend telling you about the service I use. I can't say that we're about to have advertising, but we are getting to the size where I can start trying to get us advertising. And so, while I'm here doing an addendum to the show as your editor, at the end of last week, the Video Game Awards went down. Congrats to Jay Fresh for getting a game nomination on community management, so him and his whole team. And congrats to the entire dev team and the entire Respawn team for getting a nomination in Best Ongoing Game, which means live service. So you know every studio's got a couple heavy hitters in that category, at least one. You know, live service is no small niche category. So congrats to Apex for getting those 2 nominations. Everybody I know digs what you're doing, Jay Fresh. Keep up the good work. Now, back to the show. So we're taking a little break right now. So I thought it'd be a moment to tell you that if you're a Lifeline and you're riding on the Trident, you can drop your heal bot on the Trident. Basically, you face forward and down into the Trident, and you're going to place your heal bot inside to the front of the Trident. And it works while you're driving, and it'll heal your buddies up, and it's a cool move. And I was like, I can't put my heal bot on this Trident. And I kept working at it, and you can. You kind of just put it inside the Trident. So I don't know if everybody knows that or not. I'm not really on like the daily Reddit.
I haven't heard about it.
All right, you're back.
I think you introduced that, and so far I haven't seen it. So I think it's pretty novel. I don't think a lot of people know about that.
Yo, Lifelines, this is how you do it. I got a clip of it.
By the way,
All right.
Zobs,
What up?
Game of the Year, Last of Us Part 2. Fuck yeah.
Oh, what up?
Oh my god, I'm so happy about it. I'm obsessed with that game. I got really bummed out by the controversy, but screw the haters, we did it.
What controversy?
Yep. It's a good game.
What controversy?
Ooh, I don't think we can get into that there. But they won a lot of awards, actually. Audio and performance.
Cool. So they were up for like 10 awards, right?
Probably. It's a great game. It's so worth it. I was just so worried that like it was just gonna be political and it wasn't gonna like pan out, that it wasn't gonna be voted on. But I'm glad people get it.
That's super cryptic if you're not going to talk, like 90% of our listeners don't know what you're talking about right now.
Okay. Well, it's really, I don't know. There's.
Just speak about it with like love.
Okay.
And I'm
so
sure it'll go
the
great.
storytelling is very dark, and it becomes twisting. They definitely, what's the word? It was a lot of huge swings, big ones, big swings.
Good. I'm loving the no spoilies. So what's the controversy?
The thing
Can
is,
you tell the controversy
is a spoiler. That's the thing.
Oh, then fuck that.
Pretty much.
No spoilers,
yeah,
please.
There's some characters.
I don't care about controversy
There's some
that
characters
much.
that
No spoilers.
the game forces you to empathize with.
I don't want to hear your no spoilies.
Okay.
Those are usually spoilies.
And some people didn't like it, but that's the thing. That's the best art. It's divisive. It can be. It's not a perfect game,
Spoilers!
but in terms of storytelling,
I'm about to
and
put
it
my
as an art
microphone
piece, it's
through the
fucking
window.
Brilliant.
It's always spoilies.
Okay, and the game's gonna ask you to do things that you're not comfortable with at all, and you want to stop playing a little bit.
Whoa.
But if you keep at it, eventually you'll be like, okay, I needed this.
They really
Like,
go
It's not
for
what
it,
you
huh?
want, but it's what you need. Like your time is precious, man. Like consume what you want.
Yeah, I'm a grown up. I'm always happy when games go for it.
It's a good game,
Hey,
and if you don't like it, that's fine.
hey, check this
But-
out.
What?
Gritty reboot of Crash Bandicoot.
Okay.
We
What's
got
that like? Is that a thing?
no.
Okay.
It's a great
Okay.
idea I just had. So Naughty Dog,
Are they still anthropomorphized creatures?
Crash Bandicoot. Well, he's a bandicoot, so I mean, obviously he's like
What
first
is
real.
a bandicoot? I'm gonna look up what a bandicoot is. That's a real thing.
No,
Whoa, what?
bandicoot's not a real thing.
It's a real thing. It's like a marsupial.
Oh, great. So he's a bandicoot.
It makes no sense. Well, how would you ever make
Well, that's why you're not a video game designer, dog. I'll call somebody who has vision.
I think they picked bandicoot because it sounds cool. Like that's not a remarkable creature at all. It's just a mouse with pointy ears and a long nose.
Well,
that sounds
Tasmanian
pretty
Devil
cool.
was taken.
I like Crash Bandicoot.
It's a sweet game. I haven't played any of the new ones.
It's a sweet game.
But I got some great childhood memories with it. So that's why I was happy.
Same.
I was Naughty Dog, still killing it all these years later.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's the same publisher. That's great. Or,
That's
company.
okay. That's
Crazy.
the gritty
Crazy.
reboot.
That just blew my
It's
mind.
gonna be done by Naughty Dog, dude. So
Well.
like Crash Bandicoot has to like make some fucked up decisions.
Yeah, like he's addicted to Wampu fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his limbs keep getting blown off by the TNT, and his like acid burns.
All right, maybe it's not a great idea. Do you want to talk about your reoccurring segment?
Yes, I do want to talk about that. So, my thing I said in the previous episode is this season's goal for me, because I set goals every season. I said that I want to master the legends. The way I'm doing the grind, is I'm doing 70 kills and 7 wins per legend. The playtime for that actually varies per legend, so there are a few that I haven't actually played a lot of.
Real talk. Do you feel you're mastering Legends after 7 wins and 70 kills?
No, I'm
Okay,
not.
I just wanted to clear that up for the listeners.
The ones that I've played before, I've kind of I'm reaching that territory. But yeah, I'm not really mastering them. But what I really wanted to accomplish was being able to just switch to any legend and then not fucking up.
Noble goal.
Competence. I know how to play this. I'm not gonna sabotage the squad with the way I'm playing. I'll play the play style, and I'll do pretty good. So that's what I wanted to do.
I had a idea for a reoccurring name. Well-rounded side quest.
Okay.
All right, let's check in with Meteor Juice in this installment of Well-rounded side quest.
Okay, so it's been a while since the last episode of me announcing this, but I've gone through a bunch of the legends now. 7, in fact. I've got some insights. So the first legend I did was Mirage. So the thing with Mirage for me is that once they got their upgrade where you can control decoys and their new ult, I really started overthinking what I could do with it. Turns out that it ended up becoming a bit circumstantial. So first tip is that spamming decoys, since you get decoys a lot, is actually my main go-to for Mirage. If you're behind cover, there are enemies ahead, just spam those decoys, man. Get them in all directions. Really, I think it confuses the enemy, and Mirage is kind of an underrated recon person. So if you don't have a Bloodhound in your team or a Crypto, it's kind of awesome to get those bamboozle recon pings. You know, I've played with some other good Mirages, and getting those recon pings are really underrated and really helpful. So spam those decoys, and that's the main thing. It'll cause chaos while also revealing the location of the enemies ahead, and then the whole squad can get an idea where they are.
I like to use controlling Mirage when I'm just covering ground, and I'll just kind of pop them out next to me and control them.
Yeah.
So watching both of us, you really can't tell who's who, and you just got to pick a shot. So 50% of the time.
Yeah.
I know I've heard a lot about the controlling thing. Like you said, you just can't overthink it.
Yeah, honestly, my overall experience with Legends is that I've been really overthinking it, but maybe that's just part of the process of learning the Legends. But that's really screwed me up a few times now that I'm thinking about it. But anyway, controlling decoys. Yeah, it's really case by case. I knew of running one traveling with you, but I've gotten really frustrated when I can't follow you everywhere. It'll usually just hit cover at some point. So I don't think I stopped using it as often as that.
I run it close to myself. It's right next to me.
Oh, right next to you.
Yeah, so I can control it. I jump up the ledge, they jump up the ledge, or I can steer it. Sometimes I have to leave them behind.
Okay. So the main thing that really helped me was using the ult. The ult is great offensively and defensively. It's great for escapes. If you're trying to escape a fight, usually in open ground, I love popping that, and it'll just cause chaos, so they don't know where you're running to. For the most part.
It's a good oh shit button.
Yeah, and then if offensively, the big tip I have, I guess we can put it in the show notes. I forgot the YouTuber who did it. He made this amazing YouTube tip video for Mirage that was just...
The YouTuber's name is Trio Gunners, and Meteor knows his legend guides. This YouTuber has 43 subscribers, so that's how deep Meteor's going to find these legend guides and to bring you his favorite.
20, 30 minutes long, just super dedicated. He was in the firing range, and he did step by step, and showed you exam specific unique Mirage tips. So the big main thing that I really took into consideration of the decoy, so using it offensively, okay? What you want to do is when you pop the ult in front of an enemy, you can do this, but you want to do is you want to blend in with your decoys. So you have a ring of decoys, right? What you don't want to just immediately fire at the enemy where you pop your ult, because they're obviously there. What you want to do is you want to blend in. So you make a ring of decoys, and what you want to do is you want to move along that ring where you're actually repositioning with the decoys. So you get lost in that crowd, and then you take advantage of that moment of the hesitation where the enemy can't exactly know where you are, and then once you recognize that hesitation, you melt that person. Okay? Yeah, so it's all about blending in. You don't want to immediately fire as soon as you pop it, because you're obviously there. You want to just quickly blend in with your decoys. And I thought that was huge, and it's helped me. it's really satisfying when you pull it off, but it's good. That's how you use that offensively. That's Mirage.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to try that out. Yeah, I use it mostly defensively. I'll try and start using my ult offensively.
Yeah, you
more.
could do it for everything. You get it so often. That was a great change for Mirage. So, I actually miss him. He was the first legend I completed, and I actually really miss playing him. So I'm excited to go back to him and bamboozle the crap out of people.
Yeah, Mirage is definitely an interesting legend
that you have to play. You need to. You should.
Yeah.
Next one's Horizon. You've been playing Horizon. How do you feel about her?
I have. Love Horizon. Love Horizon.
Yeah, we've touched upon Horizon before, but it's undeniable. It's apparent. Everyone's playing Horizon. She was great from the get-go. Out of the gate, amazing legend.
So what makes her unique? What makes her different? Why is everyone playing her?
The fact that she gets her tactical every 15 seconds and she can always get height, and it's really frustrating to fight against Horizon because once you look up, now you're completely vulnerable to all the enemies like at your level at the same like plane as you. So when you see that tactical up, more often than not, Horizon's going to be on top of that shooting down at you. So your instinct is to move your reticle up to shoot at her, but that leaves you vulnerable. Horizon gets height every 15 seconds. You're always going to have to, like, Horizon's going to pop out. And if she's, like, popping her ult, or her tactical and rising vertically right by you, she can reposition, like, anywhere. And if you haven't tracked her, like, you can't. Like, she's gone. And you'll get, like, I've lost a bunch of fights that way. Like, I completely lost where she went, and I die. She's awesome. She's a great legend. But yeah, the tip for that is that the first instinct you get when you see that gravity well, her tactical, your first thought is that she's up there and she's going to aim down at you. So what you could do as Horizon is you pop that tactical. The gravity well will shoot up as a visual cue. So what you could do is not take it, and you're effectively bamboozling them because they'll look up to look for you, but you're not there, and then you aim at them and kill them.
Works on me.
And I don't think it's happened to me before, but it's such a great idea because I always look up when I see that tactical. You know, you can heal up there. You're up there long enough where you could probably pop a battery. It's a great place to heal if you pick the right chance to do it.
Yeah, I do that. If you just need to take a break and you're desperate, sometimes you can just go up high and you get a moment to get a shield bat down. Or sometimes you can go up high and just drop grenades on people because everyone's so busy knowing, because sometimes you hope someone else takes care of that Horizon because, you're dealing with. So there's been a few times where I'm like on the edge of it and I just go up and then I look down, no one's shooting at me, and then I just start raining grenades. So that's another fun thing. Pair up Horizon with maybe a Loba, run some lighter ammo necessity guns. Maybe you got a lifeline on there so you don't even need much heals, and then you just run ton of grenades and you just make it.
I know Nico.
Plus the black holes.
So yeah, the other thing for her is that. I'll touch upon that. But the last thing about her tactical is that it's a great makeshift sniper tower.
When people are looting, you can be a sentinel. You can just go up and take a look for the third party, and everything's safe. All right, guys, we can loot.
You can block doors. But yeah, so switching to her ult, I learned a little bit more about that, and you want to pop it pulling people from cover. That really screws with people, particularly me, because it happened to me a lot. And you usually want to run a bunch of grenades with Horizon, because once you pop that black hole, they're going to get pushed. Just throw that grenade directly in the middle of your ult, and they'll get caught in it.
Don't forget to let your teammates know. Say, hey, grenades in that black hole if you got a free second.
Yeah, I know Nasty Nico X. Nico, he runs Horizon, and he always brings a bunch of grenades, and he's pulled off some awesome stuff in his clips. So,
speaking of, you third partied up in the wild,
what's up?
Right?
Oh yeah, yeah, that was funny.
How cool is that?
It was great. I'm not usually encountering people I know in my server, so it's pretty cool to see him there, which is interesting because he's not usually in that server, but somehow we like converged. So it's something to do with the matchmaking that Respawn isn't telling us, but he got pulled into like another server that he's not usually in. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fun. That was a fun post. He was like, "Hey, look who third-partied me as soon as I was doing great," and it was like killed by Meteor Juice. I was like, "Whoa, that's so cool."
I was just so caustic, and I just like happened to like flank his squad while he was in a fight, and I just threw my gas ult at him and his whole squad and just killed them all. It was great.
Very, very cool. All right, dude. You want to wrap it up?
Sure, yeah. This is a recurring segment, right? So I can't wait to continue on. Did we want to continue, like do one more maybe, or?
Yeah, let's do
one more. Let's see. Okay, let's do Bangalore. You're a Bangalore main. Let's jump to her.
I'm a Bangalore man. I can talk about Bang. Oh, Bang. Bang's eternal. She don't need buffs. She don't need nerfs. She's got a gun in her training, and she don't give a fuck.
Yeah, her mobility. Bangalore, man, she's solid. Like, there's a reason why the devs haven't touched her much. Like, her kit is solid. Her passive is just as sneakily amazing as Horizon's, where you're just like quick retreats, quick repositioning. Like, you can pull off some crazy moves with her passive. Okay, and you and Nugget both said that the change to her ultimate's great. The fact that it kicks off faster, right?
Yeah, if you haven't, revisit Bangalore. Her ult is now much deadlier. Those 2 seconds. I mean, you felt it on the other end. You already know.
Yeah, I haven't thought about it too much, but the way I've been using ultimates, I really like it's like crowd control. I really love it when you're pushing or when you're retreating. It's great. Like, getting people off like their high ground is awesome, or at least like moving them away. If you're trying to push a fight and they have high ground or something, like pop that ult and then just like rush in and find a better vantage spot like closer to them. That's what I love doing with it.
Yeah, the zone control.
Oh wait, one more for Bangalore. Bangalore. Me and Nugget have agreed on this. Bangalore, it might be one of the best, if not the best, legend for 1v3s, because with her passive, you can retreat and find a better vantage point to split squads, enemies. Because what you want to do in a 1v3, this is actually a solid tactic for 1v3ing, and probably the core tip for that is you want to split a 1v3 into separate
core
1v1s. With Bangalore, what you could do is using smoke and repositioning with her passive to create those 1v1s, and she is like amazing at that. Using the smoke to block lines of fire from the enemy squads and isolating.
Escapes while healing, sliding escapes, popping a shield back.
Yeah. You should play more Bangalore, man. You've been rocking with her. I've got some memories.
I played a lot of Bangalore. She was my first main, so I'll get back to her. But
Gotcha.
I'm on Horizon. I'm on Lifeline.
There's a lot of good legends.
Mirage is my Holiday Express legend. I'm having a blast with. Anyways, the thing I actually really liked about Bangalore, or do like about Bangalore, and it's kind of weird. So how do I say this? I'm always trying to be a good teammate, but I think most players, sometimes you play with like a new squad, and maybe like they've got a good positive energy and they communicate and they play at the same time you play at, and you're thinking, I don't want to fuck this up. I hope I play decent, right? So like you try a little harder because like, wow, this might be a squad I can run some games with and not have to solo land it. The cool thing about Bang is that you can pay attention to the fights your teammates are having, and you can save people with smokes, and you can spare a smoke, and you don't have to say anything. You don't have to coordinate. If you just, take a little bit of RAM up in your brain and assign it to how your teammates are doing and when they might need a smoke. There's lots of times where people are, in the shit in the middle of your fight. You look over and your brain just goes, I'm going to just put a smoke in the middle and like he's going to get away. And you do it and you get back to your fight. And afterwards, people will be like, hey, thanks for that smoke.
Right.
You can really be like a team player in a way like no one expects. Like Lifeline, you are a team player, and sometimes it's gonna be like, hey, where was that revive, buddy? Nobody's ever like, hey, where was that smoke saving my ass on the fly? So it's a great way where you can really like hook teammates up and let them know like I'm a team player, while also not having the pressure of being the lifeline of the squad, which has different responsibilities. So that's the thing I like about Bang. You can be like this secret buddy and hook people up with the smoke when they need it in like less obvious points.
She's strong, well-rounded, a lot of great utility all around. Speaking of team utility, I'm gonna touch upon that in the next legend, Revenant, which you've also mained. Right now that's my current legend I'm working on. We'll touch upon, I guess, in the next episode of the other ones played. But I'm really excited about Revenant right now. The other day I ended up getting a 4-win streak with Revenant. Holy crap!
Dude.
That was crazy. Yeah, I was in a rut. Admittedly, I was kind of getting a little burnt out from Apex, not just because of the game itself, but just partly kind of like IRL, like life stuff. My job hours have been like mixing up, and I haven't been getting much sleep. So like this game I haven't really played much online PvP games really until like really Apex, and the fact that it's a shooter like multiplayer game where a lot of it's like reaction time. And it's kind of a new thing to me where it's kind of like a sport where your physical fitness really affects your gameplay. So if you're not getting enough sleep, you're a little bit exhausted. Your reaction time's a little slow. Yeah, you don't play well. Also, it's kind of a mindset thing.
You gotta have that eye of the tiger.
I was kind of in like a bad cycle there. But then like if you have a good game, that really sets you up for like a good session, and I think that's partly why I got into a good role of Revenant, because I really started that session feeling pretty bad. Like, oh no, I'm playing Apex. I'm kind of just jumping in and feeling it out, see if I want to play right now. And I wasn't doing well. And then like, kind of like the pieces all lined up. Oh man, right, this game's awesome, and I was digging it. But anyway,
Game is awesome.
so Revenant. I didn't get much experience early on with Revenant because I was really caught up. I think I mentioned this earlier, that overthinking a legend really screwed me over, because like Revenant, like, oh, okay, there's a sneaky legend. Okay, I'm gonna be like the stealth, like I'm making a stealth game, and I'm gonna crouch and like really get a crazy sneaky flank and like climb up that wall and really like get that knock. But it's never ever worked. So Revenant has actually been like my worst legend statistically. And after a slew of bad games with previous legends, Caustic, I decided to just like jump on my next legend and just not thinking about it too much, and like, okay, these are my abilities, I'm just gonna run with it normally, and it ended up working out really well. It's pretty great. Things that I learned, I really love silence bombs. That's super fun, the fact that you get them pretty fast. What I like about them is I've been using them kind of like a flashbang grenade.
It's very loud.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
Uh-huh.
Getting silenced gets very loud and scary.
That's what I'm working on. And using silence bombs as like zoning tools, so like blocking doors and stuff. I think that's pretty strong and really fun to do. Just like as a play style, that's really fun for me. Is that I was kind of thinking about this about my 4-win streak, which I'm really proud of.
Oh, that little thing.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I think it's remarkable personally that I got that solo queuing, and that's crazy. I didn't get any bad randos, but I was thinking back. I was like, okay, what was one thing that I kind of...
I got a 5-win streak.
No way.
I don't care about your
really?
4-win streak. Yeah. I don't even know when it happened.
That's crazy.
I think it must have been 2-parter, so it must have been like a 3 into a 2, and I didn't notice it.
That might... Yeah, okay.
But I was just looking at my stat. 5's not bad. I don't remember that night.
That's crazy.
So
yeah, 4's my max.
So Revenant.
Yeah, so the team utility thing. So one thing that kind of like the through line of like, okay, how did I get 4 wins solo queuing? Like, what was the thing about that? So my theory is, one awesome thing about Revenant is that his ultimate, one, being super awesome, like strong for pushes and stuff, really, really good. It's like such a quick and simple way to unify a team. Like, once you pop that ult, it's like, okay, we're all doing one strategy right now. We're all coordinating right now. We're all going to push together because that ult's up. You know? Like, once you see a Revenant pop that ult, it's like, oh, we're all pushing. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
That would organize a solo squad. That's great.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It's such a quick way to do it. No pinging, no call-outs. Like, oh, we're pushing right now. Let's
hear
go.
that noise? Let's do it.
Uh-huh. So I think, yeah, that's my kind of working theory right now, how that, like, I got a little bit of success, you know?
I love it. I think I might be hitting
And-
Revenant up more when I'm solo queuing just on that.
Yeah, it's he's still super good. So we'll cover the other legends, especially fucking Caustic. Like,
Not that there's
I've
anything
learned a
wrong
lot
with
about
playing
myself.
Caustic. He's just bad at playing Caustic.
Caustic's no. I'll attest, Caustic is a super awesome character. It's just I personally, me, subjectively speaking, had a really rough time just playing with him.
I want to take
So-
this moment to kind of do something really brave and speak out against legend shaming. It does not matter what legend you play. As long as you're having fun and you're not cheating, you're an Apex legend.
Yeah, I agree. That's my philosophy as well. I agree too.
Sometimes I'm just like really impressed myself. It's like I'm
You're
like a really beautiful
you're,
person.
You're so insightful, man. Like everything you say is just.
I mean it though. Sometimes I see people getting shit for like playing Legend, and it's just like, you know, like that's the fun thing about Battle
I mean,
Royale.
yeah,
You get to do it your way.
dude, the hardest legend so far.
Yeah, it took me a while, too.
Like the hardest, so frustrating.
Tough Legend.
Ay, ay, ay. But a quick preview for my Caustic experience is that it was really awesome to be able to push other Caustics and fight Caustics.
Caustic
that was
battles.
awesome. It's like, I hate other Caustics. I don't actually hate them, but I also hate them.
Yeah, everybody's got a legend that, you know, bothers them or that they annoys them. I think that's the perfect word. You know, they like Lifeline's dry nugget, or yeah, Lifeline's dry nugget nuts. He hates Lifelines.
Oh, yeah, true.
He
Yeah,
gets
yeah,
so
yeah.
mad when
You're
it's a
right.
Lifeline, you know, pulling
Yeah.
plays. So, you know, everybody's got
true.
their thing.
So my little quests, my legend quests, with learning the legends right now, I think has been really fruitful. I'm learning a lot about myself, particularly about like what I gravitate to and like what I enjoy as a player.
I really dig what you're doing, man. Walk a mile in another man's shoes, and then you'll better understand how to murder him. All right, dude, let's wrap up.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, thanks for
What?
being here. Love you, everybody. Have a great night.
Thanks for listening to us, and depending when you're listening, good morning, good evening, and good night.
Hold on, I gotta scream, laser blazer, blaze more laser. Beep, 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 beep.